Today, on the Everett Ellison Show, tell me it ain't so, Barack. Barack has come down to Virginia to support his true constituency, the LGBTQ community, and I know they're happy, and we're going to talk about Barack Obama turning on the black woman to support the LGBTQ community. Today, on the Everett Ellison Show. Let's get this thing started. And I tell you what, everything in the dark comes to the light, don't it? Barack Obama was set back at his $13 million house on the Hamptons, and that joker will not move. I mean, California can be burning down. Barack, we need you. I ain't going to California. I'm going somewhere. You can have a hurricane blowing down houses, people starving. I ain't going down there. Illegals in the street dying. I ain't going to illegals. Black folks starving to death, EBT cars about to get shut up. I don't pay them Negroes no attention. I will let the LGBTQ community come. Bro, get up in there.
Is anybody paying attention to the governor's race in Virginia? Because if so, you probably noticed that without a doubt, this shows that Barack Obama does not care about black people. Point in fact, Democrats don't care about black people. For all of their dog whistling, claim to uplift black women, uplift black women's voices because they claim that women, specifically black women, are so marginalized and such victims that they want to uplift them. So why is it that Barack Obama came out and endorsed Abigail Spanberger, the liberal white woman who's a Democrat, over Winsome Sears, who's a whole full black woman? Winsome Sears is an actual black woman, unlike Kamala Harris, who's an Indian white Irish woman cosplaying as a black woman. But we all remember how Barack Obama came out last year and shamed us black men for not wanting to support Kamala Harris. He called us misogynistic, right? So this goes to show that not only is the Democrat plantation a gynocracy full of hyenas where the women have the hierarchy over men, they just send Barack Obama out there to do the shilling for the Democrat plantation. Winsome Sears is a black woman, and an American black woman who's actually from Haiti.
Say her name, Obama. Say it. Winsome Sears. Say her name. Say it the same way you said Kamala's name when you were talking to all those young black men and you were telling them that they had to absolutely vote for the black woman. Say Winsome Sears' name in the same way Kamala, Cam rolled off of your tongue. And when you say it this time, I want you to say it like you got some hot sauce in your purse. Or like Mike got some hot sauce in a jockstrap. Say it like it's just as important to you and to the whole entire future of Black America like it was important that Kamala, Mamalia was important.
So here in Virginia, we got a governor's race. We got Abigail Spanberger, the Democrat, running against Winsome Sears, the Republican. Race is kind of tightened up a bit. But, you know, the closing act, they all call in the heavy hitters, like the week before the election. So the election has kind of come down to maybe one basic issue, really. Well, kind of two. It's LGBTQ, men going in children's bathrooms and men sexually grooming children in high schools and grammar schools and men in women's sports and stuff like that. LGBTQ stuff. And then we got this dude here that's running for office. His name is Jay Jones. Jay Jones is a little old skinny black Democrat running for attorney general. And Jay was feeling himself one day and wrote some text messages saying that he wanted to blow out the brains of the Speaker of the House and then kill his children. Go figure. Now, he's running for the Attorney General. Just in case you don't know what the Attorney General does, he's supposed to be the top cop in the whole freaking state. So he is supposed to be like as clean as a baby's bottom, okay? He's supposed to just not even have a record. But you got the attorney general of the state talking about going out killing people and killing children. And he's still in a statistical tie with the sitting attorney general, a gentleman by the name of Jason Miyares, and Jason Miyares haven't done anything to anybody. He's been a good attorney general. He's been straight arrow, straight-laced. And you ask the question, man, what the hell is wrong with the Democrat Party? These jokers even endorsed Hamas, basically, over Israel. Ilhan Omar, the squad, Bernie Sanders, AOC, Hamas, death to America, Hamas, putting babies in ovens, Hamas, hate the United States of America, Democrat Party, endorsement. This is moron up in New York by the name of Mandani. A socialist. I mean, this ain't like hyperbole. And, you know, it's like a metaphor called him a socialist. Somebody call somebody a socialist and it's like a metaphor. He's a socialist. Mandani say he's a socialist. He running on it. And Hakeem Jeffries. Trump called Hakeem Jeffries a dime store Obama. Hakeem Jeffries got the personality of a catcher's mitt. And so Hakeem tried to lay low, tried to stay out of it because he doesn't want to, you know, verbally hook the Democratic Party up to a socialist. But he had no choice. Hell, they socialists. He just said, I need to stop lying, man. We socialists. Hell, let's just go ahead and just admit to it. So you got Mandani, who is socialist. You got a dude that should be tried for conspiracy to commit murder as attorney general. You got the pervert lover, Spanberger, who actually wrote the bill to allow boys to go into the girls' bathrooms. You got the whole party who supports the terrorist organization, Hamas. And now Barack Obama is down. And these jokers, they ain't finished. I mean, even right now at this taping, the government is still shut down. And you know why they shut down? Illegal immigrants told them to shut it down because you don't want to give us free medical care. And they looked at the Democratic Party and said, we want you to shut down the government of the most powerful nation in the history of the world. And the Democrats acquiesced. At this taping, the government of the United States of America is still shut down. The TSA agents are not getting paid anymore, y'all. The air traffic controllers are not getting paid right now. They're calling in sick, and air flights are being delayed, and everything's going into chaos because the Democrats will shut down this government because illegal immigrants have told them to do so. Because Republicans have said, we want to keep the government open without any bells and whistles. We'll talk about health care later, but right now let's just put some money in to keep the government going. No. They're going to put a gun to the party saying, if you don't give us what we want, we're going to shut down the whole entire government. What is it you want? Free medical care for illegals. They never fought that hard for black people. Ever. So here comes Barack Hussein Obama. He heard that Abigail Spanberger was going to the mattresses for perverts, for sex fiends, for men that want to go into the bathroom and watch young girls handle their business. There was a time in America where you could actually take a joker out for that. If the daddy put 6 shots in his chest for doing that, he'd have been applauded and looked upon as a hero. Now in America, the pervert is protected, and the daddy will go to jail for protecting his wife and his children. Boy, I tell you what. You know what? The founding fathers said that when a government takes place that will go against your unalienable rights, your job is to replace that government with one that will adhere to your unalienable rights. That time has come, because whenever you get yourself a government that will tell you that you do not have a right to defend your family, it's time to change that government. Let me read it to you. Declaration of Independence. It says, we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, and that they're endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And here's where it gets interesting. These things are unalienable rights that men have. And he said that to secure these rights, not give them to you, secure them. What does that mean? You already have them. It's like you got money in the bank. My job is just help you keep them. They're yours already. That's your money in the bank. The bank didn't give it to you. Their job is to help you to secure your money. The government's job is to help you secure your rights. It says to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men. Why are they instituted among men? To secure these rights. What are these rights? Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or to abolish it and to institute new government, laying its foundation on such principles and organizing its power in such form as to them shall seem most likely to affect their safety and happiness. There it is. So when a government tells you that I'm going to take away your right to defend your family and give the right to the pervert to take advantage of your family, it's time to move that government out. And this is not what, forget what the majority of the people said. This is your right. If the majority of the people says Vincent Ellison is supposed to go back into slavery, I suppose just accept it? So I said, no. If the majority of the people vote to take my property, am I supposed to give it up? No. Why? Because government did not give me these rights. They're mine. And they can't take them away. And I defend them. So all the men out there, even if this pervert lover Spanberger gets into office and Barack Obama is coming in to give his support to this perverted idea, you stand firm in your right to protect your family. Forget what the law says. There's a higher law. This is how we changed the Constitution when it came to slavery. William Seward, the senator from the state of New York, when they said that slavery was part of the Constitution, Seward said there's a higher law. St. Thomas Aquinas said, unjust law is no law at all. Telling you can't defend your wife and your daughters against some demented man. So Barack Obama is taking sides in this, y'all. Oh, they want to talk about black, 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 black.
Watch this. This is Barack Obama talking to black men when Kamala Harris was running for president. Pay attention to what he's saying, and then pay attention to what I show you after and think about it.
On the one hand, you have somebody who grew up like you, knows you, went to college with you, understands the struggles and pain and joy that comes from those experiences. He said, work harder and do more.
So when he's talking to black men about voting for Kamala Harris, he makes sure to make it about race and say she's like you. You need to vote for her. But now let's translate that to the governor's race in Virginia. You have a black woman running, her name is Winsome Sears, and a white woman named Abigail Spanberger. Let's take a look and see who Barack Obama endorsed.
Virginia's elections are some of the most important in the country this year, and I am proud to endorse Abigail Spanberger for governor.
But Barack Obama was just telling black men that we should have voted for Kamala Harris because she's black and has similar experiences as us. But now there's a black woman running for governor in the state of Virginia, and Barack Obama is endorsing the white woman. Why is that? Because it's not about aligning yourself with people that look like you. It's about Democrats staying in power or getting power. Barack Obama was just manipulating black people's sensitivity on race in order to get them to vote for a Democrat. But now that the black person is a Republican and not a Democrat, he's going to vote against that black individual. So again, it's not about skin color. It's about political power, and Democrats just manipulate black people's sensitivity on race in order to get black people to help Democrats stay in power. And many black Americans don't realize it. And that's exactly what Barack Obama was doing, using black American skin color to try to manipulate them into voting for Democrats. It's pretty wild when you think about it. Also, just a reminder, I have a free email newsletter where I give you morning updates about what's going on. I also give you more in-depth information about topics, and it's a great place to get armed with information to where it's much more, or it becomes much more difficult to manipulate you or trick you. I cannot be censored here either, and there's no algorithm to control, what you see and what you don't see. It's just direct in your inbox. You get whatever I send. The link is in my profile. Just go there, click the link. You'll see the screen right here. Drop your email in, hit subscribe, and you'll be good to go. Anyway, that's all I got for now. We'll see you in the next one.
Winsome Sears is a black woman. She's a Christian. She's right on all the issues when it comes down to how we see things, school choice, LGBTQ. She's not for that stuff. Keeping the illegals out, keeping the fentanyl out, all of this. She's right on the issues. So Barack Obama is coming down to seal the deal. But now we got to do some house cleaning. For real, Abigail Spanberger shouldn't even be in this race. Should be a blitz, should be over with. She shouldn't even be close. Why would the Republican Party in the state of Virginia lose a race that should be so easily won? They don't know how to fight. Bad decisions. I didn't see where the Sears campaign had any plan to go into the black community and talk about how the Democratic Party has ravaged and destroyed their community and how Abigail Spanberger was going to keep it going. You don't talk so much about Abigail Spanberger in the black community. You don't even know who the hell Abigail Spanberger is. They know about the Democratic Party. And you're supposed to hook Abigail Spanberger to it. You're supposed to go after the Iron Triangle. The black preacher, the black politician, the black civil rights worker. And expose them and take away their power to work for Abigail Spanberger by letting the black community know they're a bunch of boot-licking, low-down, dirty cowards that are turning against their own God to support this perverted lifestyle. And they're paid to do it. And when you hear one of them come out to support this, you need to know that he's leading your soul to hell. That should have been done 8 months ago. Because she knew what she was going to do. Go right down there, get the Iron Triangle, take her down there and prance her around. And if they got their credibility, the people are going to listen. You destroyed their credibility. That makes too much sense. And then here's the fatal flaw. She didn't make up with Donald Trump. And that is something you just don't do. Washington Post story, dated October 8th, 2025. It says Virginia GOP governor candidate called Trump a liability ahead of 2024. It says President Donald Trump has yet to endorse Earl Sears, Virginia's current lieutenant governor, while slamming Spanberger during an event in Virginia for the U.S. Navy in the 250th anniversary over the weekend. Trump did not mention Earl Sears, a Marine Corps veteran, at all. Earl Sears and Trump's relationship turned tepid in 2022 after the lieutenant governor suggested it was time for the Republican Party to move on past him and declined to support his third White House bid. A true leader understands when they have become a liability. A true leader understands that it's time to step off the stage, and voters have given us the very clear message, Earl Sears said at the time. Trump then undercut Earl Sears on Truth Social, writing that he never felt good about her and that she was a phony. That situation should have been mended. Mended. Like J.D. Vance was all against Trump at one time, and when he ran for the Senate, he sat down and he talked with Trump. They made up. DeSantis and Trump, DeSantis came out to beat Trump. They talked. Hell, man, him and Marco Rubio went at it like they was going to fight in the street. You see, Rubio is now your Secretary of State. When the game is over, you make up, like a football team. You fight like hell. We've seen boxers, round 12, them suckers fighting. As soon as the bell rang, they bleed and they just hug. And you say, you just look at it and you're like in awe. You see a football team just about to kill each other. And then when that bell goes off at the end of the game, the horn blows up, they hug. They make up. You don't let an enemy like Donald Trump linger. Terrible mistake. I live here in the state of Virginia. Nobody's called me. Now, if you wanted to do battle, that's what you do. And I knew the Republican Party in the state of Virginia is basically done because they're just weak. They're scared. A bunch of pansies. They want to play nice while the Democrats are slashing and burning. Don't know how to win. Not here. Now, they know how to win in South Carolina. They know how to win in Mississippi. They know how to win in Alabama. Yeah, they know how to win there. They know how to win down in Florida. But here in Virginia and Maryland, no. They're like the uniparty. And it's sad. There was a great opportunity here to do some good. And because of the weakness and fecklessness of the Republican Party, bad decisions, them wanting to be a quote-unquote moderate party as opposed to true MAGA, unashamedly MAGA, probably going to lose this race. So Barack Obama's brought his limp-wristed behind down here. I'm sure Big Mike told him to come. Our people need us down in Virginia. We're not black, Michelle. I'm not talking about black people, the LGBTQ people. Oh, that's right. And so he jet-setted it down here. Pete Buttigieg called him, and the LGBTQ caucus called him, the Rainbow Caucus called him, and Barack jumped on a private jet and sliding down here to take care of his peoples, man. And then he's going to jump back on it and go back home to the Hamptons and let the Democrats here in the state of Virginia ravage the black community and the children in the public educational system again for the next 4 years. He showed up, though. He showed up for the sodomites. He won't show up for the black folks. He'll show up for the sodomites. You know, you ask him, you showed up for the black folks? No, I ain't showed up for Winsome Sears. You know, hell no, I'm showing up for the sodomites, man. So you do your thing, Barack. Be all you can be. But if the Democrats win this one, I hope y'all hope you enjoy it. Because in 2026, when it comes down to the federal elections, we're going to whoop you. We're going to give you one of them old Mississippi, Alabama butt whoopings. Send you back home packing. But right now, we're going to watch this, and we're going to look at, when we're going to witness the awe-inspiring spectacle of a Democratic Party that endorses Hamas, endorses murdering their opponents and their opponents' children, endorses a sick sexual identity. Endorses having the illegals come over and give them the power to shut down the government. Yeah, we're going to see that party get elected in a southern state. Probably along with a socialist up in New York City. And what it will do is show America a snapshot and a harbinger of what will come in the future if we keep supporting and if we don't understand how dangerous this cabal of perverts, liars, psychopaths, anti-Christian bigots, thugs, hoes, and rappers are. And look here, Spanberger, why don't you just make it a clean slate? Why don't you bring Cardi B down and Meg Stallion and have them twerking? Bring RuPaul down and have him twerking up there with you. Just make sure everybody know who you are, all right? So we got 1 week to go. It's going to be fun. And we're going to be talking about it, and we're going to be bringing it to you because I'm here to wake you up. Hope I did you some good here today. So join me again for another edition of the Vince Everett Ellison Show. All right, friends, Vince Everett Ellison is here. I want you to go to my website, and on my website, you're going to see a lot of great stuff, man. You're going to see that we got t-shirts, we got caps, you got my books, my documentaries, you got all kinds of stuff on VinceSpeaksTruth.com. Go there. We're dropping new t-shirts, we're dropping new merchandise. My new book, The End of Tolerance, is there. The End of Tolerance. Make sure you get it, make it #1. If you got my first 3, get The End of Tolerance. It's just as good. And it's telling us we have to end our tolerance with these leftists, these Democrats. We can no longer allow them to sexually groom our children. We can no longer allow them to castrate little boys and call them little girls, run God out of the public square, take away our guns, take away our sovereignty. No longer allow it. So go on VinceSpeaksTruth.com. That is VinceSpeaksTruth.com. Hit merchandise. You'll see the t-shirts. You'll see the caps. You'll see the books. You'll see the documentaries. You'll see it all. And let's keep this ball rolling. God bless you.